It is here. The Pokemon 151 expansion has finally dropped, and the 10-year-old inside of me is absolutely screaming. Along with a lot of people of a certain age, I cannot wait to break into this set and pull some of my favourite Kanto Pokemon. So let's take a trip back in time and take a closer look at the ETB from the Pokemon 151 expansion. So I'm really excited for this set, and as you can see, even the box itself is absolutely stunning. I love the effect all over this set. Every single product in this set has this effect over it. These little Pokemon all over. I don't know if you can make those out, but each one of those little coloured blobs is actually a Pokemon for the original 151 Kanto Pokemon. You can see we got Snorlax as the token Pokemon on this set, and obviously, as is usually the case with these sets, whoever the token Pokemon is gets their own little promo card. So we're quite happy with that. I quite like the look of this promo card. Obviously, in here, we also have 9 151 booster packs. Obviously, because this is sort of a holiday set, you're not going to be able to buy these booster packs on their own. You have to buy products with the booster packs in. We've got the promo card featuring Snorlax, as we mentioned. We got those absolutely stunning card sleeves there. They are absolutely gorgeous. We've got some damage counter dice as well, and the flip die, which is absolutely gorgeous as well. And obviously we've got code cards in here as well. So code cards are going to be the big go-to for this set, because a lot of people are going to want the code cards to try and get some of these cards online. So what we're going to do, we're going to crack into this box and take a look at some of the stuff that's in here. Obviously, it's a standard ETB. It's not the Pokemon Center ETB. So it's a standard promo card, and it's got standard dice and all that sort of stuff in here, as is standard with all of the ETBs. Oh, that's gorgeous. I thought it might be the case because the packs, but we have got that effect all on the inside there. I might have to split that open and put that somewhere. I'll put him right up. I'm not going to put Snorlax upside down. Snorlax can go the right way up. We've got the player's guide as well, which is a slightly different texture than usual. It's like a papery texture rather than that like plasticky feeling texture. And then we have the Snorlax on the inside there. I'll just put the top back on there and we can have a look at that, because it is a fairly plain box, which is quite nice to see. We've got plain white at the bottom there. We've got a Pokemon trading card game logos on either side, and at the top there we've got that effect again with the Snorlax at the front and 151 at the top. So I'm going to move that over to one side. We'll get rid of that, and then we'll get rid of... Oh, that's even nicer. Again, black and white version of that effect. So let's eat that over there. I don't want to do that, really. I don't want to throw things today, because I'm taking a lot of care with this set, because it does make me feel very, very nostalgic. I am a Pokemon Red and Blue original player. We've got all those booster packs there, which I'm really looking forward to cracking into. So yeah, the first games I played were Red and Blue. I am very old.
How do you do, fellow kids?
What?
So I am looking forward to this set. I have been looking forward to it for quite a while now. I think a lot of people dropped off buying Obsidian Flames quite quickly, but we can see there's those. Let's have a look at one of those sleeves in a little bit more detail. So the silver on the inside, which I quite like because that will match quite well with the new silver borders of these cards. And then on the front there, I'm just going to have a look, because I think that's a bit strange there. We have got Mew with a little circle next to him. I thought that was an error on there then, but they are, each of these, obviously they're exactly the same, but we have got not all 151 Pokemon, but we have got lots and lots of multicoloured Pokemon on the back there, which I quite like. I like that effect. So we'll put those over to one side for now, because what we want to look for are dividers as well. So we've got the dividers exactly the same on both sides, which is slightly different than we usually see. We usually see a pattern on one side and then a pattern on the other. And then we also have the damage counter dice there. Quite plain, which, you know what, it's actually pretty cool. We get the Paldea Evolved one was sort of multicoloured. These are quite cool. They might, if you can get a few more of those, there'll be a nice little set of dice for playing with. We've got the big chunk of energy cards there, and then we've got that little cute promo card there. I love that Snorlax in the way of the Diglett. Diglett can't get past there. It's a bit unfair. And we've got a little Pidgey sat on top of Snorlax's belly there. We'll have a look at the ability. Once during your turn, you may put up to 2 leftover cards from your discard pile into your hand. Okay, so we'll have a look a little bit more detail at those leftovers at some point. Hopefully we can pull one of those and have a look. I don't know if it's in this set, actually. I would imagine it probably is. And then we got Thundering Press. The Thudding Press there for 130, and this Pokemon also does 30 damage to itself. So not the best of attacks, probably not the best Snorlax card we've seen out there. I think the best Snorlax card is the one that was played in the Lugia decks for quite a while, the colourless Lugia deck. There's your code card, which you're all absolutely waiting to get your hands on. And what we always do in these ETB videos is we're going to have a quick look at the player's guide. We're not going to look at it in too much detail. We're just going to have a quick skim, see what's in here. And then we can also see what cards. So there's that leftover card. So we'll have a quick look at that. Hopefully we'll pull one of those and we can have a look at it in a little bit more detail. But what we do want to go is straight to the back here where we can see the deck list. And I'll just move my face away from the screen there so you can see that in a little bit more detail. Because we can see every single card that's in this set. It's not the biggest of sets that we've had in a long time. But one thing that's slightly special about this is the way that it's laid out. So we haven't got grass and then different energy types after that. We've actually got it going in type order, in number order there. So we've got obviously Bulbasaur being number 1. If we go through, we'll see Pikachu's number 25 there. Absolutely fantastic. I love how this set is laid out. Really do like the way that this set goes. There is quite a lot of cool artwork in here. A lot of people think that Mew is going to be playable. The Charizard EX is going to be playable in those Charizard decks. There's a few decent Pokemon in this set that are going to be played quite a lot. That Zapdos EX, I think, is also going to be throwing a few Miraidon decks. And then we've got the carryover of those stunning, absolutely stunning special illustration Pokemon cards there. So we've got a cool set in here that I really want to get my hands on. All of you know I'm a massive Charmander and Charizard fan. So you can see there, we've got Charmander, we've got the Charmeleon there. The evolution line of this is stunning. The special illustration Charizard is there. So there's that Charizard EX, which is a fire type, so it's going to go nice in the Charizard EX decks that are already upsetting me. But what that does leave us with, oh, how many have we got here? We got 9. We got 9 packs of 151 to crack into. So obviously, pack art is exactly the same with this. So there's no particular order we're going to crack into. I'm just excited to be ripping into this set. I really am excited. So let's have a look, and we're going to appreciate some of these cards. That. This is I can't explain to you how nice this is for someone of my age. That is the exact same Porygon. Well, it's pretty much the exact same Porygon artwork that was on the original Porygon from base set. So that's pretty cool to see. We got conversion 4 there. What does that do? Choose energy type until the defending Pokemon leaves the active spot. Its weakness is now that type. Okay, not bad. I don't think that's going to get a lot of play. It's maybe a cheeky little card to throw in some decks, but again, the Pokemon's just going to get switched out. It could cause some issues if they've got one main attacker that you can change the weakness to, because that will get knocked out next turn. But Porygon, we've got Electabuzz with the Electro combo. If Magmar is on your bench, this attack does 40 more damage. Pretty cool. I like that. And then Light Punch. Rhyhorn with Push Down. Yeah, they're all fairly standard attacks. We're not going to spend a lot of time on the attack. The Tangler in this set, the special illustration Tangler, is illustrated by one of my favourite artists, Oswaldo Cato. So I'm looking forward to getting that at some point. If I can pull that today, I'll be absolutely buzzing. We've got Lapras. Speaking of Cato, there's Cycling Road. Actually, what does that do? Should we have a quick look at that? Once during each player's turn, this Pokemon may discard a basic energy from their hand in order to draw a card. Okay, so Radiant Greninja. It's one card, isn't it? Not two. Helpful Slash on that Scyther there. And I actually really like that Scyther artwork. I don't know what I think. They feel slightly different, the cards do. They're not, obviously. but they do feel slightly different. Helpful Slash. Attach a basic grass energy from your discard pile to one of your bench Pokemon. Okay, might be of use. We've got, yeah, these definitely feel different. We've got the Dugtrio there. We've got a reverse hollow Vaporeon, really cute Vaporeon there. And a hollow Electrode with Bang Boom Chain. There we go. Before doing damage, you may discard any number of Pokemon tools from your Pokemon. This attack does 40 more damage for each card you discarded in this way. Could that be coupled with a cheeky Reverie deck. Maybe Reverie on the bench. Discard 4 tool cards from each one. That's doing some damage, and it's only a single prizer. Oh, gorgeous. And then we've got a hollow dark energy there with a nice little cosmic foil swirl down the corner here. That's cute. I like that. That's really, really nice. I like that card. Cool. Get a few of those, build those, stick them in a deck. I'm happy with that. And there's your code card. As we always do on the channel, we give the code cards away in every single video. So make sure that you stick around until we've given those away. And wait till you stick around. Stick around till the end. Stick around till the end, because we have fun in these videos. If we pull something special, we have even more fun. But there's that Tangler again. Maybe a sign that we're going to pull that Kato Tangler. Oh, little coffin there. Suspicious gas. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused for 20 damage. Meh, not bad. Be interesting to see what the Weezing does to see if that's actually playable. But Psyduck with the Overthink attack. During your opponent's next turn, whenever they flip a coin, treat it as a Tails. Okay, fair enough. If you've got a deck that's doing a lot of coin flips, like a Wood Trio deck or something like that, I suppose that could be useful. A little bit a way of stopping their main purpose of that deck. We've got Ekans there. I'm going to take a look at this card because the Arbok is very, very interesting in this set. So Acid Spray, flip a coin. If heads, discard an energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. Not amazing, but if you're stuck in a bit of a rut and you can't get that Arbok out of your deck, maybe it's an attack we could be using just to do a little bit of a dink on the opponent's Pokemon. We got a Pharaoh there with Beat Catch. Search your deck for up to 3 cards and put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. Onyx, one of my favourite Pokemon, early game Pokemon. Always had an Onyx. Always had an Onyx in my party very early. So we got Thumperlanche there. Discard the top 5 cards of your deck. This attack does 80 damage for each Pokemon with a retreat cost of exactly 4 that you discarded in this way. Okay, so we discarded Onyxes for this, so maybe a cheeky little deck. A bad deck to build around, possibly. Give it a go, maybe. See how we play. Is that something special? I don't know. I don't know. Excited. I'm going to close it up though and have a look at this Dragonair first. We got Beat Attack and Aqua Slash, so nothing spectacular there from that Dragonair, but maybe it's a way to get that Dragonite from the previous set into play. And then we have, no, it wasn't anything special, but it is a reverse hollow of that pretty cool Porygon card. That threw me off. That colouring at the bottom threw me off there. Energy Sticker. I'm not too sure about this. I'm not too sure about this card. I think it's either going to work for decks or it's not going to work for decks. There are going to be some decks that it works for, obviously. Flip a coin. If heads, attach a basic energy card from your discard pile to one of your bench Pokemon. So it is a trainer card, so it's going to be fairly easy to use. And then we got a hollow Beedrill. Okay. I can't pronounce, is it Nadir? Nadir Needle? Don't know, no idea. If you have no cards in your hand, this attack does 120 more damage than your opponent's Pokemon. Opponent's active Pokemon is now paralysed or poisoned. That's an interesting one. Again, I don't know what I think about cards like this where you have to do certain things with your hand. They got basic. I thought all of the energies were going to be special. I was just very lucky with that first card. And there's your code card. So we'll put those over to one side as well. We didn't really have a great look at the Snorlax promo, so I think that's worth having a look at the end as well. We always do that anyway. We always look at the promos. I see the promo as a bit of a hit, to be honest. I'll be perfectly honest. I do like those promo cards that we're getting there. So Coughing, we've got Psyduck again. We've got Ekans. We've got a Cubone. Again, one of my favourite Pokemon. Absolutely love Cubone. With the Cheering Bone ability. The problem with Cubone and Marowak was that it was a bit of a pain in the backside because I can't remember the town now, the ghost Pokemon town with the graveyard tower. Oh, what was it called? Oh, I can't remember. Yeah, you had to fight a Marowak, and I never liked to knock a Marowak out. I always felt sorry for Cubone. But Cheering Bone ability, as long as this Pokemon is on your bench, attacks used by your Marowak do 30 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. Okay, another card there that I'm interested to play around with, maybe have a mess around on TCG Live. We've got Charmeleon. This Charmeleon is going to go into most Charizard decks. I know that for a fact because it's got 100 HP. It's got a 1 20 attack, and then we've got Fire Blast, discard an energy from this Pokemon for 90 and 3 energies there. We've got Parasect, we haven't seen this yet. Spread Filaments, flip 2 coins, search your deck for a number of grass Pokemon up to the number of heads. Okay, so potentially you're getting 2 Pokemon. So we've got a little Parasect that's going to be a cheeky little Battle VIP Battle Horse for grass Pokemon, and put them into your bench and then shuffle your deck. Giovanni's Charisma, an interesting card, this one here. Put an energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon into their hand. If you do, attach an energy card from your hand to your active Pokemon. So it's a way of speeding up, turboing that energy straight onto your Pokemon. So it could be quite useful. Nidoqueen. I thought this was I don't know if the Nidoqueen and Nidoking in this set work together. I've got a feeling in my head that they do, and I can't remember why. But Queen Press there. During your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from basic Pokemon. Might be useful. We got a reverse hollow Ekans there, and we have Mr. Mime, freaky little Mr. Mime. Never a fan of Mr. Mime, but you know, Mimic Barrier. Let's have a look. If this Pokemon and your opponent's active Pokemon have the same amount of energy attack, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from your opponent's Pokemon. Okay, could be useful. Could be useful in very, very certain circumstances. If an attack costs 10. Costs 10? Wow. Okay, that would be an interesting one. If an attack costs 2 energy, for example, they've got 1 attached. They attach to attack. Yeah, okay. If they're already set up, just attach another energy. It's sort of stopping that Mimic Barrier in certain circumstances. It's going to work. It's one of those cards, again, like I mentioned earlier, that I'm never too sure about. Always make me question why they've done certain things. Might be useful in some decks. I severely doubt it, I'll be honest. We've got another little Cubone there. Oh, little Vulpix there. Another Pokemon I like. I do like Ninetales. Ninetales and Growlithe and Arcanine usually made it into my party during the game. So Vulpix, a Magnemite there, big explosion. This attack 60 damage, so it's knocking itself out. So it's basically self-destruct. Caterpie, Leaf Punch. If this opponent's active Pokemon, this attack does 30 more damage. Seadra. Okay, let's have a look, see if this is of any use whatsoever. During your opponent's next turn, if the defending Pokemon tries to use an attack, your opponent flips 2 coins. If either of them tells, this attack doesn't happen. Okay, that might be an interesting one. That might be something we'll have to have a mess around with just to cause people problems. Because we like those kind of decks. We've got Kabuto there. Double scratch attack, flip 2 coins. The attack does 70 damage for each head. Okay, another interesting one. Okay, we've got the ability. We're going to have a look at this. We've got Gloom with the semi-blooming energy ability. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, you may look at the top 3 cards of your deck and attach any number of energy cards you find there to your Pokemon in any way you like. Shuffle the other cards back into your deck. Okay, not bad. It's not amazing, but it's not bad. Another card that's going to get a lot of play. This Charmander is going to replace the Charmander from Obsidian Flames to be the Charmander within those Charizard EX decks. We've got Blazing Destruction there, which allows you to discard a stadium and play very, very early on. That's pretty cool. So if somebody's slapping Path to the Peak down, you can knock for this, then evolve next turn. You're getting rid of those stadiums quite quickly. Interesting one. Steady Fire Breathing, 30 damage. We've got Seeking, again, a Pokemon I actually really like, with that Swim Freely attack. Flip a coin. If heads during your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage from and effects of attacks done to this Pokemon. And then we got Aqua Horn, which attack does 30 more damage for each water energy attached to this Pokemon. Oh yes, okay. Okay. This is a card I am absolutely terrified of. But it's also a Pokemon that I absolutely love. Love Alakazam. Always try to get Alakazam in my party. Obviously the pain with Alakazam is it's a trade Pokemon. So as I had no friends as a kid. Yeah, it's sad. It's very sad. I can never trade this. But yeah, I always wanted Alakazam. I always ended up with Kadabra in my party for a massive amount of time till I did trade it and get that Alakazam. because it was such a versatile psychic Pokemon in the games. But Mind Jack, this attack does 30 more damage for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Could be useful. Could be treated a little bit like Raikou, that type of Pokemon. But what you really want is you want this Alakazam EX on your bench, because that Dimensional Hand ability there at the bottom, this attack can be used even if this Pokemon is on your bench. I can guarantee to you that this card will break Pokemon TCG Live. It will break. It's going to break the game. It's going to break the game. This will not work. It will break the game. It will stop people from playing it. And people won't play this deck, hopefully, because it terrifies me. 310 HP as well there. Absolutely gorgeous card. I think there is a special illustration version of this card. And another one of these cool little Cosmic Foil energy cards. I really like these. If I can get a full set of these, I'll say 10 to 15 of one type of energy. That would be pretty cool. Switch up the deck a little bit. But the big card from that pack, when we like it, especially because it's one of the EX cards. It's a card I did want to have a go with. I want to play with this card. I want to build a deck around this card. Or possibly have it as a support card within a deck. Is this going to be played in Guardy decks? Probably not. Is it going to be messed around with in other decks? I would say so. But the artwork as well, the artwork on this is stunning. We've moved away a little bit from some of those 3D patterns on these EX cards. And this artwork is by, can we see that there? I can't read that. I'm terrible. I'm going to have to bring that over here. Mitsuhiro Arita. So it is a nice bit of artwork. Obviously, Kadabra and Abra are both by the same artist as well. And that's what I like about this set. A lot of the evolution lines are sort of built to do a little bit of fan service. Let's be honest, this is very much like Celebrations. It's a bit of a fan service set. And you know what? I'm all up for it. I love this set. I already love it. Vulpix, we've got Magnemite, we've got Caterpie, we've got Eevee with the colourful Friends attack there. Search your deck for up to 3 Pokemon of different types, reveal them and put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. Are we going to see some Eevee decks? Are we going to see some interesting Eevee decks? Possibly. We've got Cloyster there, Protect Charge. During your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes 80 less damage from attacks. Okay. Interesting. Maybe a card to keep an eye on. This Grabber card is a card that I think people are going to start playing. Your opponent reveals their hand and you put a Pokemon you find there to the bottom of their deck. This is going to cause a lot of people to have to get Pokemon on the turn they want to evolve them. Charizards cannot, with this in people's decks, be pulled before. They just cannot. It cannot happen. They can't be pulled, kept in a hand, and people thinking they're going to be safe because they are not going to be safe. We got Kingler there with a Hammer Arm attack. This is quite a bulky little water Pokemon here. Discard the top card of your opponent's deck. It's not going to be built in many. It might be useful in the Wood Trio deck, but with that 3 water energy there, and just getting rid of the top card, maybe not. And Guillotine. Wow. Okay, so this Pokemon here, if 151 had a pre-release, I can pretty much guarantee this would be one of the pre-release cards, because that Guillotine for 4 water energy is doing 220 damage. Interesting. Oh, Golduck again, another Pokemon I absolutely adore. I always skipped by Psyduck a little bit. Psyduck I wasn't too bothered about, but I always got a Psyduck because I wanted that Golduck in my party. Aquatic Rescue. What have I said so far? We've got about 30 Pokemon in my party based on what I've just said. Do I see something special? I see a card there that looks sparkly. It probably won't though. Aquatic Rescue. Put up to 4 Pokemon from your discard pile into your hand, and Super Splash. 120 damage there. We've got Slowbro with a Big Yawn. Both active Pokemon are now asleep. Okay, maybe we can stick a therapeutic energy on that. Could be useful. Don't know. Maybe not. And then Laid Back Tackle. If this Pokemon evolved during this turn, this attack does nothing. Okay, so it's the opposite of Palafin. And then we have a Jolteon there. I don't know if all the Eevees are going to have hollow cards. This attack does 30 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. And that Fighting Lightning If your opponent's active Pokemon is a Pokemon EX or a Pokemon V, this attack does 90 more damage. That's a cheeky little card. It's going to cause some issues to some Lugia decks if it's played in a single prize deck, because that's doing 180. Oh, it's doing 180, so 300 and whatever the maths on that is. And there's your redeem code card there. A lot of people, like I say, these code cards I always give them away, and I'm going to be opening a lot of 151 products. I've been away for a little bit on the channel, and the purpose of that is to try and save some money to get my hands on as many Pokemon 151 products as possible. We've got Grimer there with the Gummy Press attack. During your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon's retreat cost is 1 energy more. We've got Little Weedle there. So we've seen the Caterpie, we've now seen the Little Weedle. Cute. Nothing special there. We've got Zubat with an ability. Let's have a look at that. Revealing Echo. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is in the active spot, you may have your opponent reveal their hand. Okay. Okay, it's nice to know what's in there, I suppose, but I don't know how useful that's going to be for a 40 HP Pokemon. It's a little bit of a... I feel sorry for that Zubat, because that Zubat's just going to be smacked around. The Clefable here, follow me. Switch in one of your opponent's bench Pokemon to the active spot. And More Moon, if your opponent's Pokemon is knocked out by damage from this attack, take one more prize card. Okay, that's quite frightening. That's quite a scary card. We've got Dugtrio, we've got Haunter, Tomokazu, artwork, absolutely gorgeous. The Ghastly, Haunter and Gengar in the set are all Tomokazu, Kamiya artwork, which we like. We do like those freaky little cards, and I think it suits this evolution line perfectly in this set. Spirit Return. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, you may put a supporter card from your opponent's discard pile into their hand. I'm not sure under what circumstances that would be useful. I don't know. And then we got Mumble. We got Coffin Reverse Hollow. We've got a Reverse Hollow Kabutops, and we didn't get Ghastly in there, did we? If we got Ghastly in that pack as well. And we got the Tomokazu Kamiya Gengar as well with the Poltergeist ability. Your opponent reveals their hand. This attack does 50 damage for each trainer card you find there. I've just realised we're over halfway through the packs. We're not doing great, but have I moaned at all about the ETB look? No, because I'm just enjoying this. I'm loving this set so much. Where was I? Hollow Dive. Put 3 damage counters on your opponent's bench Pokemon in any way you like. We got code card. Smashing. So yeah, like I was saying, we're about halfway through. We've got 3 packs left. You know what? 3 packs can bring a lot of fun. We can get a lot of fun in 3 packs. There's a couple of cards I'm still after. I'd like to be able to build that Alakazam deck just to be a bit of a difficult person. Grimer, Weedle. Obviously, everyone's after the Mew in this set. Absolutely gorgeous Goldeen artwork there. Love that. Love that artwork. Triple Strike. Flip 3 coins. This attack does 10 damage for each heads. It's a lot of work for 30 damage. Sprinkle Water for 20. We've got an Energy Sticker. We've got a Rhydon with the Rackdown ability and the Charismatic Drill. If you play Giovanni's Charisma from your hand during this turn, this attack does 140 more damage. Okay. We've got Executor there with Psychic. This attack does 30 more damage for each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. That could be useful as well. And Hammering for 130. And we got Cloyster with the Protect Charge. We've got Reverse Hollow Nidoran and a Weezing. There's loads of really cool hollows in this set. And you know what? I'm pulling these hollows and I'm quite liking it. Let's have a blast. Yeah, let's have a blast. We're having a blast with 151 at the moment. So let's have a blast, Weezing. Let's have a look. If this Pokemon is in the active spot and is knocked out by damage from an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, flip a coin. If heads, the attacking Pokemon is knocked out. Let's read that again, because that went straight through my brain and didn't really register. If this Pokemon is in the active spot and is knocked out by damage from an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, flip a coin. If heads, the attacking Pokemon is knocked out. Okay, nice. That could be useful. Could be taking stuff out when we get taken out. Possibly a card that could be played. I like it. I do like that. Spinning Fumes. This attack also does 10 damage to each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Okay, we're doing maths there, and that could cause some issues to a lot of decks. I'm guessing Lost Box decks aren't going to particularly like that. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Giratina knocks that out. Flip heads. Yeah, that could cause some issues for Lost Box decks. I'll keep that quiet for now. We'll not tell them. Let's not tell. Don't tell Lost Box players. Don't tell them. Clefairy, Moon Viewing Invitation. Search your deck for up to 3 Clefairy and put them onto your bench, then shuffle your deck. Okay. And Smack for 20. We've got Match Up. Discard the top card of your opponent's deck for 1 energy. Okay. Porygon again. We've got the Electabuzz again. We've got a Tentacruel. Poisonous Whip. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned. And Tentacular Panic. Flip a coin until you get tails. This attack does 90 damage for each heads. If the first flip is tails, your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. Another card that could be useful. I think this is going to be really good in Gym Leader Challenge decks and things like that. But that could be an interesting little deck to build around for a single prize deck, because you're doing pretty much unlimited. It doesn't until you're doing unlimited damage there potentially if you keep flipping heads. My luck isn't quite that good, as we've seen from most of the ETBs that we've opened on the channel. But if he looks pretty good, could be a good Pokemon to build a deck around. Twister Kick. This attack does 10 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon. Switch this Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. And then Low Kick for 100. We've got War Turtle. Another Pokemon, another card that I really, really want to put to one side, because that Blastoise EX looks absolutely stunning. I'm really excited for that. So we've got War Turtle, 100 HP, free diving attack for 1 water. Put up to 3 basic water energy cards from your discard into your hand. Okay, pretty cool. And spinning attack, we've got Magnemite reverse, we've got Tentacruel reverse, and we've got a Dragonite there with the ability Jet Cruise. Your Pokemon in play have no retreat costs. Okay. And discard the top 2 cards of your deck, 180 damage. Oh, it's starting to hit me now. The ETB look is starting to pain me a little bit here. It's a set that I was hoping was going to get rid of the bad luck for me. We're going to get rid of that bad ETB look. We've got 1 pack left, which gives us the chance to pull that special illustration art Charizard in here. So let's keep our fingers crossed. Let's hope at least for an illustration art card, because we haven't got one. We haven't had an illustration art card. We had the Alakazam EX, that was it. Match Up. We've got that Porygon again, and the Electabuzz. We've got the Coughing. We've got the Golduck again. Bill's Transfer. Okay, let's have a look, because I did like Bill's card back in the day. Look at the top 8 cards of your deck. You may reveal any number of Pokemon you find there and put them into your hand. Shuffle the other cards back into your deck. Interesting card. Very interesting card. Okay, I quite like that. Golbat. So we had a look at that Zubat earlier. We've got Golbat now. It's still only got 80 HP. Skill Dive attack for 1 energy. This attack does 40 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. Not sure I like that. Oh, Primeape. That's cool. That's Mina Nake. That's really cool artwork. I probably butchered that name as well. With the Rant and Rave attack, Pokemon is now confused. It does 40 damage. And the Raging Smash attack for 3 energies, 150 damage. If this Pokemon isn't confused, this attack does nothing. Oh, gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. The artwork in this set is just on point. And that is a stunning card. Absolutely gorgeous card. I think this is the point where I say I have to build a Blastoise EX deck, because I did like Charizard. I always chose Charmander. But you know what? I'd say Squirtle. I feel sorry for Bulbasaur saying this. I'd say Squirtle was my second favourite. With that withdraw attack, flip a coin. If heads during your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks. That could be useful. And then Skull Bash for 20 there. But I can't really appreciate anything else other than that artwork with the sea splashing around Squirtle at the back there and the Golem EX. You know what? Probably leaving the best pack until the end there. And we got Golem EX. I haven't really looked at this card, but you know what? I'm starting to get thoughts of building a deck, because again, nice little bit of artwork there with the dynamic roll attack. During your next turn, attacks used by this Pokemon do 120 more damage. Oh, so okay, so if this lasts 2 turns, you're doing 300 damage with that Rock Blaster attack. attach a couple of single strike energies to this, and you're doing 300, 320, 340, enough to knock out a Charizard. This attack's damage isn't affected by resistance. Dark energy, and there is your last code card. So that was a little bit of a different ETB video for me. One, the luck wasn't great. We did have a lot better luck than we usually have with ETB, but there was just something about it, opening those packs, seeing some of those old Kanto, and I know they're in other sets. I know that. I'm not pretending like seeing a Kanto Pokemon is special, but for me, just going through those and seeing those original 151 Pokemon, again, when they're in the binder, it's going to look stunning, because this is just going to be like the original Kanto Pokedex. But we didn't do too badly. We didn't do too badly at all. Those were all the hollows that we had. We had a few of those. We had a few of these really cool. They always show up better right at the end here. A few of these cool. Well, we had two of those cool energies. We've got two swirls on that dark energy there as well. So I've got any on there? We've actually got none at all. That dark energy stole the swirls from this fighting energy. How very dare it. But yeah, we had a couple of those. Obviously, we had that the promo card from this set, the Snorlax. I have a friend that I know is going to love that Snorlax. Absolutely love that Snorlax. Give him a shout out. That's the Poke Trio. Another YouTuber that I think you should go and watch if you don't already. Absolutely awesome YouTuber. Big fan of Snorlax. I know he's going to love that card. With the Pidgey and the Diglett there. But however, we've got Alakazam EX, which is a card that I wanted. I'm glad I've got this so early, to be honest. I absolutely love the artwork on that card. Love the Pokemon, so I'm really happy with that. We've got Golem there. Again, it's quite strange that we've got two trade Pokemon. Two stage 2 Pokemon that you're required to evolve in the games to get. We've got Golem there, which I really like the idea of this Golem card, and I think it could be quite a useful Pokemon to play on TCG Live. So if that's something you want to see, and I have had some feedback about this, and I do plan on doing some TCG Live videos soon. I just need to get a few bits and pieces ironed out on some of the editing that we do and some of the recording methods, but then we will get those videos out. Golem EX might be one of the first videos that we do. We will see. Keep your eyes peeled. But the big card that we got from this was that illustration art Squirtle there. There's a couple of print lines down the side there. But again, anyone that knows this channel, anyone that knows me, it's very rare we grade cards. What we like to do is just build up full binders. We like to be able to look through a binder from a couple of years ago and go, oh, we got that card, we got that card, we're missing that. Hopefully, not too many missing. But you know what? Absolutely gorgeous, stunning little Squirtle artwork there. I want to get my hands on the Blastoise EX at some point, because I'm really excited to build a deck around that. And if that's something that you'd be interested in seeing, drop a comment in the comment section, because as I said, I will be doing some TCG Live videos. So if that's something you're interested in, let me know, because I can get those out sooner. Maybe even some videos in between, opening videos, who knows. But if you do like the videos, remember to drop a like and drop a comment, because I like to have a chat with you guys in the comment section. If you're not already, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell, because believe me, this is not going to be the first and only Pokemon 151 video that's going to be going up on the channel. Pretty much most of the videos for the next couple of months are going to be 151 videos, I can guarantee it. There's booster bundles out there, we've got all sorts of different collection boxes. I might even give the ETB another go, who knows, fingers crossed that we can get better luck with that. But until next time, thanks guys.